Hi, my name is Jim Brees from GreenGrowth CPAs, and today I want to review inventory management for cannabis businesses. Now, cannabis retailers, dispensaries, cultivators, they each face a unique set of challenges related to tracking their inventory. Now, cannabis businesses have inventory management needs that, traditional systems often aren't equipped to handle. Seed to sale tracking and inventory management directly impacts a cannabis business's profitability and compliance with tax regulations. Therefore, it's critical, absolutely critical, that a cannabis business masters their inventory tracking to be successful. But before we get started, I want to let you know that the information contained in this video is meant for guidance purposes only and not as professional legal or tax advice. Further, it does not give personalized legal, tax, investment, or any business advice in general. So with that out of the way, let's hop in. Some states like California have track and trace systems that follow all commercial cannabis and cannabis products from cultivation to the actual sale of the product. And all licensed businesses in California are required to use CCTT and the platform called Metric to report on their cannabis inventory. However, there are other parts of your cannabis business inventory that are not required to actually be recorded in Metric, the actual program. So things like material inputs for growing cannabis and cannabis accessories, which will need separate records. Now, inventory management is one of the biggest things that investors are going to be looking at when deciding whether or not to fund or invest in your cannabis-based business. Not only it is important for staying compliant with the regulations of cannabis, but inventory management can have a tremendous impact on the actual bottom line of your business. So here's how to practice good inventory management to reduce your costs, stay compliant, and run your business efficiently. My first suggestion would be to first measure and weigh every batch of everything. Okay, it sounds very basic, but accurate measure of your cannabis products is probably the most important fundamental step in inventory management. Every time that you get a new batch of inventory, weigh each individual batch to know exactly how much of each strain or product or input is actually in your possession. Most cannabis retailers find it useful to buy a scale that integrates directly with their POS system or point of sale system. Now, this auto-filling of your product weight, it helps save time for the actual data entry, and it prevents possible inventory shrinkage or theft. Less product than you actually got is being input in some instances, and you don't want that kind of theft because people could be scooping right off the top. Even non-retailers should be taking inventory measurements throughout the actual cycle of their business. Now, cannabis producers or extractors, they work with a lot of raw material, tons of raw material, and raw material that's pretty much as valuable as liquid gold. So use accurate measurements to minimize waste throughout your business process or to be able to identify steps that need to be optimized within your process. Okay, set up a system of checks to make sure that the ratio of final product to raw material makes sense. Just a gut check or a smell check that can be quickly assessed when needed. Investors may ask you to demonstrate production controls, standardized measurements, and other inventory tracking techniques to show that you actually are doing what you say you're doing. Plus, this helps you minimize your loss and maximize that profit, making that money bring it to the bottom line, Next, one thing you can consider is pre-packaging your cannabis stock. Now, this can do two things, okay? It's a simpler way for retailers to keep track of their inventory by pre-packing the product. You could spend a few hours packaging things every week or every day and separating your cannabis flower into pre-weighed offerings. So not only will this reduce loss and keep track of your inventory easily, but it is great for promotions, free quarter, free eighth, free gram, free joint, but it's an easy way to drive sales. These pre-rolls or these pre-weighed out flower is a great way to reduce the transaction times and attract customers with different promotions that you may offer to them. So if you decide to pre-package your cannabis product, make sure that you actually follow the guidelines of your jurisdiction's packaging and labeling regulations, okay? Don't get caught on the wrong side of the lines by just trying to make your business more profitable. Make sure you're doing the right things. Next, you need to audit your stock regularly. Any business, all businesses, do a full audit of their inventory every so often. Even if you're using an inventory management software, you need to have that human element to make sure that the inputter actually, in the prior input, was doing what they said they were doing. You need to true up the real life stock with what it says in the computer. For cannabis-based businesses, we recommend an ongoing spot check to help get a sense of what products are, moving fast and moving regularly, and which products are turning into dead stock and they're just like killing your inventory ratio. Ideally, you should try to make an inventory report daily, but look, I know it can be difficult to keep up with that inventory audit process on the daily basis, especially when you're serving customers, putting out other fires, doing this, paying payroll and all that. But at minimum, you have to do this once a week. No less than that, but I highly recommend it every few days, all right? Now, when doing an inventory report, make sure that the person taking the stock is not the same person that's in control of the cash or in control of the stock with the customer. This will help reduce the potential fraud and theft within your business. Okay, fraud is easy, really, really easy when one person handles all the bookkeeping and inventory management functions of your business. So separate those activities such as people that process customer payments, managing petty cash, keeping track of inventory, and even paying the invoices to your suppliers. Keep those things separate to reduce the fraud and theft. Now lastly is using inventory management software. So there's software for the actual sales side and there's software for the input side. So make sure you have softwares that talk to each other, because the easiest way to make all this work is to make it as automated as possible. So tools like Clover or Xero, they can integrate with your inventory management software to tell you when supplies are low. So look for software that gives you real-time sales analytics and better data to help you run a really tight ship in your business. Use the data to plan ahead for buying and selling at peak times and predicting how much time you're actually going to need in lead time to reorder anything. These low stock alerts they can give you lead time to make sure that your customers don't walk away empty-handed with a product that they don't want, something they didn't come in to get. So inventory management software can boost your profitability, it can decrease the manual error, and it can help streamline your entire sales process. Seriously, it's a no-brainer. Get as much software to automate your business so that you can focus on the human side of it and you can scale your business with more ease. Now, if you need help with managing your cannabis inventory or setting up any standard operating processes for your inventory management, then please get in touch with the experts at GreenGrowth CPAs by reaching out to our website at greengrowthcpas.com, or you can give us a call at 1-800-674-9050. I hope this video was helpful. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.